Welcome, my name is Cassie Rosas Carson. I am the Internship and Professional Development Coordinator at the College of IST Career Solutions Office. I also have my colleague with me, Rita Griffith, who will be helping me with sending some resources in the chat and answering questions throughout the presentation. So today we are talking about the job and internship search strategies, as we have just had our career fair on Monday. So now is the time to continue going to networking events, but getting those applications online so that you can move through the hiring process. So when we talk about the internship search, a lot of students can have a lot of different feelings about the internship search. And these might be some of the feelings that you're having. Feeling maybe overwhelmed by the search, so many websites out there, maybe feeling a little unprepared and not really knowing how to approach it, where to get started, feeling like you're underqualified for some of the titles you're seeing or positions that you're seeing. This is a lot of the stuff that Rita and myself here as we're doing career coaching with students and drop-in with students. And it's okay to have these feelings and some anxieties about it, as this might be very new to you and not something that we talk enough about or teach enough about in college, which is why we are talking about it today. But it's okay. Just take a deep breath. That is why we are here to help support you guys today, to give you some great strategies, information, resources to help you feel more confident about approaching a job or internship search. And we are here with any questions and support you might need throughout your college time. So the first part of approaching the search is knowing what you're looking for, because it can be really overwhelming when you're just putting in some really basic things, maybe into a Google search, and you're getting thousands of results. We want to have a better idea of what we're looking for so we can help to narrow things down and be more strategic with our searching wherever it might be. So some of the things that you might want to think about that to help you kind of narrow it down if you're not sure of what you're looking for, maybe it's specific industry, as technology is everywhere, that, you know, maybe there's two interests that you want to kind of connect with your education here in the College of IST. Maybe it's you're very specific about a position that you want to go into. Maybe it's user experience or cybersecurity or consulting. That might be your driver of what's kind of giving your search some particular focus. Maybe it's a location. Maybe you want to go back home. You want to go to a bigger city. Maybe you want to be remote or hybrid. Could fall into that. Or maybe it's the type of company. Maybe it's public sector, private sector, a large corporation, a small company, a startup. So those are a lot of different things just to kind of get you started of some things that might help you narrow down and think about what you're looking for your either first entry level job or your internship. The next thing is knowing your resources. There's a lot of great resources here at Penn State, and that's where you really want to start first, because it helps to narrow down your competition. Instead of, you know, everybody in the world having access to something, it's only here in the Penn State community. So utilize the resources while you can here. So think about who's in your network. So that could be your professors, your advisors, career coaches like myself and Rita. It could be parents, friends, neighbors, family, also in your network. It's the IST Career Solutions Office. We are here specifically just for the College of IST to help support you, and we are located in the academic suite on the first floor of Westgate in E103. We also have a ton of great resources on campus that we offer on our website and in our office and through our services, but there's also the university-wide career services that you can utilize as well. You can even attend some events from other colleges, like the upcoming criminal and security fair that's coming up on October 4th with the College of Liberal Arts. So there's a lot of great collaboration within Penn State as well. So you can take advantage of all the great events that are going on campus. We also have some virtual and on-campus career fairs and events. And even though the fair is on Monday, there are more events and career fairs to happen this semester. So the season is not done yet, and make sure that you are continuously keeping an eye on the career events page on our website and the IST Career Solutions email that we send out every Sunday. And then also our online resources. We have some great online resources on our website. If you go to ist.psu.edu, go under current students, and on the right-hand side, you're going to see all kinds of stuff for career solutions that you can take advantage of 24/7. So some things to be aware of some online resources. Hopefully you've all heard of Nittany Lion Careers, and if you haven't, that's okay. I'm going to tell you about it now. So Nittany Lion Careers is the Penn State database where companies that want to hire Penn State students from all over the world post opportunities specifically for Penn Staters. If you're looking for a job on Penn State campus, that's going to be the Penn State Workday system. So I just want to clarify, those are two different things. This is not for on-campus jobs. Nittany Lion Careers is companies that want to hire Penn State students. It's also where you can find out about career events that are virtual and on campus, and where you can find all the job listings for internships, entry-level careers, all different kinds of things that are really helpful to you that we always get at our office. And the last couple of weeks, we have been approving 30-some postings a day. So recruiting season is highly active right now, and you want to make sure that you are active as well. LinkedIn is another great resource that you can take advantage of, that a lot of companies spend a lot of time posting opportunities on their company page. It's a great way for you to see what recruiters are with that organization, what Penn Staters might be working at that organization, so you can continue to network and stand out in the hiring process. Indeed, it can be a good one. USA Jobs Pathways, if you're interested in working for the federal government and the public sector, that's a fantastic website to get familiar with. Company-specific websites. Some of you guys might have very specific companies that you want to work for. You can see if those companies have a career website that you can go onto their career page and apply directly through the company. There's also Going Global, which is on Nittany Lion Careers under resources. And this is a great resource that if you have a specific city in mind, or a country, or if you're looking for companies that offer H-1B visas, this is a great resource for you to utilize. And there's also a ton of other websites on there you could do, like Google Jobs. I think there's, ZipRecruiters, and we have some suggestions on our website as well of some other online resources that you can access anytime. Rita has thrown some of those links into the chat, so feel free to click on those links and open up to those resources that I referenced. So now that you have an idea of what you're looking for and some resources that you can use, now it's time to get organized, because the search can get overwhelming. And if you're really specific about what you're applying for, they all can kind of mesh together. So some tips that we recommend to help you move forward, be proactive in your search is setting a weekly goal. Now, this isn't like, hey, I'm going to apply to 10 internships every week. We don't recommend that, because there's not always a guarantee that you're going to find 10 internships that you want to apply for. So then if you're not hitting that 10, you're going to feel bad about that goal. But if you say, hey, every other day, I'm going to look for potential opportunities for 10 minutes. Great goal. It keeps you active. It keeps you looking. And then maybe you said, if I find an opportunity, I'm going to apply within 24 hours. Great. So these are really achievable goals, because you never know what you're going to see week to week. One week you might find a ton that you really like and some that you don't, but these goals will keep you active and keep you looking. We recommend that you have like 3 to 5 websites that you like to look at regularly. I always recommend that LinkedIn and Nittany Lion Careers is one of them. And then from there, it can kind of branch out from there, because any more than that, you're going to start seeing the same things. So this is a good way that maybe you have a couple, one big one like Indeed or Google Jobs. You have the Penn State one, LinkedIn, and then maybe some company-specific ones, or maybe USA Jobs Pathway. That way you're seeing a lot of different opportunities, but not a ton of crossover. We also recommend that you keep track of your applications to help you refer back to. So maybe you put a Excel sheet together with the date that you applied, the name of the company, the name of the position, and any other information that you want to remember. We also recommend that you save the job description, whether you copy and paste it into Word or print it off. Don't save the link because companies can take the position down once they start interviewing, and you want to be able to refer back to that posting so that you can prepare for the interview very specifically. It also allows you to track, okay, I applied to this position 3 weeks ago, I haven't heard anything. I'm going to follow up with maybe an email that was on the posting. Maybe you reach out to someone on LinkedIn. This is a good way that you can kind of track and then know when a position might not be an option anymore, or when you might be expecting to be contacted for a potential interview. Remember, if you have questions at any point, please throw them into the Q&A or the chat at any time. So the next thing is to take action. So hopefully you have found some positions that you like. Once you do, you want to make sure that you're putting out the best application that you can so that you're standing out of the crowd of hundreds of applications. So by doing that is you want to customize your resume. And what we mean by that is that when you're looking at the job description, they're basically giving you the rubric of how they're going to evaluate your resume, your cover letter, and what kind of interview questions that they're going to ask you. So make sure that all the qualifications that you meet on that position are very well articulated on your resume and not something that people have to make assumptions about or assume, because the first person that's going to look at your resume is going to be artificial intelligence. It's going to be applicant tracking systems, and they're not going to be able to make assumptions or put two and two together. So you need to be very clear about your qualifications throughout your resume in a skill section, experience, maybe some relevant courses, other things like that, so that you're getting that minimum 51% match to hopefully move forward in the applicant process. Networking on LinkedIn is a great way to stand out, following the company, maybe connecting with some alumni, and maybe even connecting with some of the recruiters, especially if you went to the event on Monday, the career fair. Connecting with them on LinkedIn is a great way to stand out. Making sure that you're applying regularly, that's again, making sure you're looking multiple times a week, as new postings are coming on and off very quickly. And dependent on how they set the posting, whether it's hitting a certain number or they have to have it posted for so many days, you never know, which is why you want to check regularly. And when you find something that you like, you want to apply within 24 to 48 hours. Once you have some applications out, it's always good to start now thinking about interviewing, because that's going to be the next step in the process. And no matter what, even if you're getting some interviews, don't stop applying, because until you get that offer, nothing is guaranteed and you don't want to miss the recruiting season. I've unfortunately heard from students who are like, well, I was getting a third and a fourth round with a company, so I thought I was in good shape, and then they didn't get an offer. And they were like into March wanting a summer internship. So they were missing a lot of other opportunities because they put all their eggs in one basket. So even though you might be getting a lot of interviews, which is great, don't stop applying until you actually get that offer. Once you accept an offer, then you can decline any interviews that you have and just let them know that you're no longer able to be an applicant anymore as you accept an offer. So talking about networking on LinkedIn, I get a lot of questions about this. So I wanted to kind of give a little bit more details of what that might look like. So we always encourage you to follow your companies, because it's a great way to stay connected with that organization of different, like maybe things they're hosting for applicants, positions that they have, programs that they have, things that you can be up to date on. So when you have an interview, you can be like, oh, I see that you just did some kind of philanthropy or something that you posted on LinkedIn. It's a great way to stand out. You can also go to their page and under people, you can look and see what Penn State alumni work there, which is a great way to kind of connect with someone and get an advantage in the hiring process. And it's always great to connect with the recruiters as well. They might also be called talent acquisitions or college relations as a job title. So some other things, not all of them are called recruiters. And just an example of maybe a message that you send with your connection could be something like, hello, Jenna. My name is Cassie. I'm currently studying SRA at Penn State. I'm interested in interning with your company and wanted to connect with alumni to learn more about the organization. Would you mind connecting with me via email or phone to answer some questions? I appreciate your consideration. We are. So it's a great way to say like, hey, we're both Penn Staters. And it's a good way to get like, is this a company that maybe I want to work for or not? And maybe even asking some questions. What was your hiring process like? Any tips that you might give me? And that's a great way to get some good insider information and have a first connection on a company before you even work there. So some tips for some success. For applications, quality is better than quantity. I'd rather a student put half as many applications out into the world and spend more time customizing their cover letter and their resume than putting out double generic resumes or cover letters, because that's not going to help you get past those applicant tracking systems, and it's not going to help you to stand out amongst hundreds of applicants who spent the time to customize. And trust me, they can tell a difference. I've been on a hiring committee before, and I've had to look at, multiple applications at once, and you can absolutely tell from one application to another who took the time to really customize to a position and who's just sending out generic resumes and cover letters. So make sure you're on the good end of the spectrum. You have to highlight your qualifications anywhere that you can, through the cover letter, through the resume, because you have to show them, someone that you don't know, that out of all these people, you are qualified or qualified enough and you're worth meeting for an interview. Don't let the job description or internship description discourage you. A lot of times it's just kind of a wish list, but for internships, especially, it's meant to be a learning experience. There's going to be training as part of the internship. They're just kind of saying these are qualities or experiences or skills that we would love to see in an applicant, but it's not necessarily always required. And for entry level, they understand that you're a new professional in the world, you're still learning, you're fresh out of college, and that's okay as well. So just make sure to just focus on the qualifications you do have, and you don't have to have 100% of the qualifications from a job description. Most of the time they're looking for a minimum of 50%, and some of the other things are bonus. So if you hit about 60% of the qualifications, apply for the position and then let the employer decide on whether you were what they are looking for. Don't exclude yourself beforehand. That's their job, not yours. But if you don't try, then you have zero chance. Focus on what you can control. So that's their job to narrow you out, not for you to do it ahead of time. So don't make their job easy, make their job hard. Because trust me, being on the other end, I'd rather have a ton of really great candidates that I have to narrow down than I'm really trying to find one good one in a slew of really not good candidates. That's always the best case scenario. And believe in yourself. We have a great program here at Penn State, regardless of what major you are with an IST. You're at a great school, you're at Penn State. We have a fantastic alumni network. We have a ton of companies that want to hire our students because of the quality that we're producing, and you are a part of. So remember that, and remember all the great things that you're doing currently in your classrooms, outside the classrooms, and who you are as a person, and let the employers know that person. So I know we kind of had a lot of information throughout the presentation, but this is just one of many ways that we're here to support you. So if you want to have a career coaching appointment to have a more personalized conversation about your situation or questions that you have, schedule that through Starfish. That's why we're here, and you can schedule as many as you need. We do resume reviews, LinkedIn reviews, cover letter reviews. We offer drop-ins every Wednesday from noon to 4. We just wrapped up for today, but it happens every single week. We also send weekly emails every Sunday night from IST Career Solutions to highlight the different events that are coming on this week, new postings that are on Eline Careers, and new workshops that Hot Topics has. So make sure that you are scanning that and not missing out on any great opportunities. We are also the office that organizes and approves IST 495. So once you do have an internship, please make sure you're contacting us so we can approve and enroll you in the course. And also too, if you have any questions or need help with interview prep, we are here for that, and anything else that is career related. And as we wrap up, if you can just take a few moments to scan the QR code and give us some feedback about the presentation from today and any other future topics you would like to see. Our next Hot Topics is in next week, September 27th from 4:30 to 5 on all things interviewing. If you have any questions or need to contact our office, you can email careers@ist.psu.edu. And also too, we encourage you to join our Penn State group through LinkedIn and follow us on Instagram to stay up to date with not only what our office is doing, but advising, diversity, inclusion, and student engagement. So please submit any questions you might have, and I'm going to end the recording now.